Wang Fukui met She in prison and says he witnessed an attempted attack on him.
60-70个泰国人对我们10多个中国人进行那个无差别的袭击。为什么知道是针对佘志阳先生呢？是因为这些泰国人相互说话当中就是有在找佘志江，那个时间是他律师会见的时间，然后所以说躲避了这一次袭击。
Wang spent 5 years in jail battling charges related to credit card fraud before being found not guilty. He says he became good friends with She when they were placed in the same cell. He's now the custodian of many of the tycoon's alleged secrets.
他有在亚太上留下很多那个待解密的那些档案，目前受到他的那个授权所解密的那些内容只是部分的内容而已，但是这些内容涉及到了那些国安人员的名单。
He allows us to take a look. One file in particular catches our attention. It's a dossier about Guo Huaping or Alice Guo.
Mr. Wang has moved to an undisclosed location because of fear for his life. We have managed to record a Zoom interview with him, which we will show in a few minutes. Kamakailan lang ay sumabog ang balita na may nahuli na namang Chinese spy sa Germany. Iba pa ito sa nahuli sa Australia. Getting to the bottom of this issue is of utmost importance to our country. Is she a foreign agent? Are there other foreign agents here? The evidence is shaping up, though far from conclusive. But ignoring these questions that strike at the heart of our national security would be the height of folly. Ito po ang malinaw pa sa sikat ng araw. Ang POGOs ay gumamit ng LGU officials at law enforcement. May indications na ginamit rin sila ng foreign interests at pugad ng mga sindikato. May I now ask my colleagues, acknowledging the presence here of the Senate President Pro Tempore, Senator Jinggoy. Thank you for attending, sir. And the Senate Majority Leader, Senator Francis. Thank you for attending, sir. May I ask my colleagues if they have opening statements, and then the committee secretary can recognize the resource persons and administer the oath to those here for the first time. All right, Senate Majority Leader, Senator Francis, you have the floor.
Madam Chair, just a point of order. During the last hearing, which was held last September 24, Madam Chair, before we suspended the hearing and the records would show, we had an executive session. And the executive session was attended by Ms. Alice Goo, as well as other members of this committee, Madam Chair. Unfortunately, the executive session was not consummated, not completed because of lack of material time, Madam Chair. So we agreed, the committee agreed, and in the presence of Ms. Alice Goo, as well as the lawyer in attendance then, I understand that there was a lady lawyer then, we agreed to continue with the executive hearing session upon the resumption of this committee's hearing today. Madam Chair, I raise a point of order because under our rules, when there is a suspension of a session or hearing, it amounts to an unfinished business. And under our rule, section 123 of our rules, under our rules, Mr. President, if a matter is not completed during an executive session of a committee, it is typically treated as an unfinished business and will resume in the next hearing as a matter of priority and precedence, Madam Chair. So Ang ibig ko pong sabihin, bago tayo magsimula ngayon, ang tanong ko lang, dapat po ituloy yung naudlot na executive session. Kasi po, that would be translated as an unfinished business. So an unfinished business generally refers to a matter that were not concluded before the suspension of the last hearing, September 24 to be exact. So it takes precedence on the calendar of this committee, and therefore my query, Madam Chair, is whether we will now proceed with other matters calendared for the day, or should we proceed with the unfinished business, which is the interrupted executive session? Because under our rules, the unfinished business should take precedence or should be treated as a matter of committee hearing priority, Madam Chair. So yun po yung katanungan ko. Tatalakayin ba natin yung mga iba ngayon, or itutuloy natin yung naudlot na executive session na pumayag naman si Miss Alice Go na ituloy? So yun lamang po, Madam Chair, kasi marami na pong matters na papasok ngayon. Baka si Miss Alice Go ay mapagod na rin at sabihin niya wag na ituloy, pero under our rules, dapat po ituloy. Yun lamang po, Madam Chair, at sana po ay matugunan ito ng ating pamunuan ng committee ito kung uunahin ba yung executive committee na naputol, executive committee session na naputol, o tatalakayin po natin ang iba't iba pang bagay ngayon bago po ituloy yung executive committee session, Madam Chair. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat din, Majority Leader. The intention of the chair is to finish showing the video that especially the interview, the Zoom interview that we were able to conduct with Mr. Wang, and then the committee can go into the continuation, the conclusion of the executive session bago po natin ipagpatuloy yung kabuuang hearing ngayong araw.
Salamat po, Madam Chair.
Salamat, Majority Leader. So, we will now show, before we show that Zoom interview with Mr. Wang Fugui, I will ask my other colleagues if they have an opening statement, and the Senate President pro tempore does also. Before he delivers his opening statement, the chair acknowledges the presence of Senator Joel Villanueva and Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. Thank you, sirs, for attending. SP Pro Temp, you have the floor.